Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, welcome to the morning live stream. Been trying to do some more morning ones for you guys lately, especially since this evening is going to be totally weird. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a stream out tonight. I'm going to try and actually do just kind of a probably completely short, totally unplanned stream. Actually, I have one thing to talk about specifically. And so we're going to spend some time doing that. I just don't know when that is. It's not going to be at our regular time, most likely. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, today we're going to have a look at Elive 3.0.0. And I'm trying to track down some more information about it. Like, I grabbed some basic information, but everything I can see, it's based on Debian 7. 7! New release! I don't know what this is going to be a good review or not. I have no idea. If I'm remembering correctly, I think one of the earlier criticisms when I've looked at this distro last was that it had a lot of excess stuff. This one I'm running through the installer, and it seems to have the ability to get rid of some of that as well. Also, you don't have to pay to download it anymore, and they actually say... I don't know. I find some things on their website a little concerning and disingenuous. But let's go ahead and chat through the comments first. Let's do our initial comment chat. See who's here. Let's see. Alice, greetings. North TM, hello there. Andy, greetings. Elive is really fancy. My problem is packages are so... yeah, it's like... I mean, we're talking 2 versions of Debian back. Debian rolls about as fast as a glacier during the Ice Age. That's like 10 years ago. Maybe closer to 5 or 7, but we'll have a look at that. Elive may be very outdated, and I find Elive very outdated and full of bloatware and effects. Okay, love the effects. Wish eMorph will be ported to a newer Enlightenment. Okay. Problem is not being used on Debian. The problem is being used on Debian Wheezy, or if it were just Debian, Ubuntu would be out of date as well. Yep. Okay, enter a password. I'm still running through the installer. That's what took me some time. I was hoping to get the installer running. It is... Again, please? All right. You want it again? All right. You got it again. Automatically live in? Yeah, go ahead and automatically live in. Sure. This has the weirdest installer I've ever seen. It's kind of insane. All right, okay. I hope this review won't be too harsh. Unlucky the development of Elive slowed down a lot since there are almost no donations. Some help would speed up the development and help them, the creator of Elive, to port Elive to Debian testing. Yeah, I think though the problem is they've shot themselves in the foot, because and again, I find some things on their website a little disingenuous. They actually say on their homepage, they actually say at the bottom, cost-free. Contrary to inaccurate assumptions, Elive has never been commercial, and in fact, it's developed by only one person. It may not have been commercial, but you had to pay to install it. In a wide world of Linux, you must pay me to install the distro gets an immediate, I'll pass, look somewhere else. So that's ultimately the issue. Now, apparently, you don't have to do that anymore, so hopefully that helps. But you don't take an outdated distro on an extremely outdated package base and say you need to pay me to install it and expect to do well. It's, you pay for either very high quality support, like we looked at Q4OS the other day. Q4OS, you don't have to pay to install it, but they have a paid support plan. That's good. And just being so out of date in the Linux community, the only real thing it has going for it is there's not a lot of distros that run Enlightenment. And if you're looking to run Enlightenment, it's definitely the most beautiful implementation of Enlightenment I've seen. So I'm going to try not to be super critical, but we'll see what happens. And I wasn't super critical on the last one. I'll highlight what I like and what I don't like. Unlucky eMorph can't be ported to a newer enlightenment. Okay. You can simply remove all the effects with a click to avoid them to install the extra apps during installation. Yes, I did find the installer asked you if you wanted to. In fact, the installer asked you, do you want to remove a bunch of applications? And that's one of the biggest criticisms of this distro is it is so massive to download. So Elive, let's see. Okay, so the distro itself is 3.3 gig, but you have to download an entire folder, which is 7 gigabytes of data. And then inside that folder, it says tools to prepare your USB, do not use others. What if I want to use the tools that I want to use? Are you telling me it won't work? And they literally give you a installer file. I am not going to go into my Windows computer and run a third-party .exe to specifically build a USB drive to install a distro. These are the ways it shoots itself in the foot. Make a distro with a standard ISO that I can burn onto a USB drive with anything that I want so I can install on my computer. These are the reasons. So you say, oh, it's bad. He just needs more support. He needs more support because he's doing silly things. That's why. Downloading 7 gigabytes, of which only half of it is a distro. What's the rest of it? What is the rest of it? Downloads. Okay, let me show you my desktop. All right. Dude, what are you doing? Go away. All right. So here it is. So this is the folder you have to download, and it's 7.1 gigabytes in size. All right. This is the ISO, which is only 3.3 gigabytes in size. What is the rest of this? 366 megabytes, a third of a gig just in these excess tools. So here's, you have to, I guess, install this separate USB tool or Mac Etcher tool, which is 81 megabytes, or a Windows tool, which is 115 megabytes. rsync, MD5. Oh, here's a stable USB image. So here's another image that's 3.4 gigabytes. So there's 2 separate images in here that we need to download to get this thing to work. I'm not surprised he's hurting for donations. These are those things you want to look into. Hello, David. Gutenberg Messi. Yes, referring to the video I did last night. I've tried several modern Ubuntu distros for 2 years, and everything important I need I can do. I can do with Elive, and it's so fast and stable. So on. Tried Mint, Ubuntu, Budgie, and more. Had to drop some 64-bit apps, Snap, Flatpak, etc., but after a while didn't care. Came from Mac and Windows world, so you can imagine. Yep. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Snap, personally. Mr. SwitchedtoLinux, I've been following you for a year now. Good work. Well, thank you, Gene, and I'm glad you were able to make it to a Linux live show. All right, let's see. What makes Elive special is being completely not resource hungry. You can literally run it with just 512 megabytes of RAM, even without slowing down Firedocs. Okay, we'll have a look at it. I do not find it user-friendly. I don't find it user-friendly. Not in the slightest. Okay, here's a question. Back in time reminds me Windows 10 restore, but that cleans everything out and just leaves the operating system as if I installed it new. Wait. Back in time? Yeah, I don't know. Not used back in time. Okay, I got so many apps open on my Elive presently and not even needing 2.5 gigs of RAM on my 16 gig. Nice. Yeah, the Enlightenment desktop is very light. That is a good selling point of it. Installed Linux Mint 18.3 KDE on eMachine 120, 192 gigs of RAM, 6 gig hard drive. For a family member, it ran Windows 7. We got a call saying, thank us, give us the speed back. Yep. Linux 10, Windows 0. Yep. Very awesome. Very cool. Is that a shampoo? What? I didn't use no shampoo today. Maybe homemade teriyaki with shadok mushrooms. Cool, very good. I'll have to talk about my... Now, did you make your teriyaki sauce? I got a good recipe for that one. Hello, Frost Ranger. Greetings. Richard Addison. Hello there. Thomas Holt. Greetings. I am doing well. CJ seems to be doing okay. And yes, Kitty was taking a bath. That is CJ. CJ was on the camera. TJ doesn't really care for the camera. Cats were worshipped as gods 1,000 years ago. They never let us forget it. Yep. Some things die hard. Morning, David. Hello, Lord Annex. Greetings. Hello, Metal Lord. We have lots of lords over here. Morning in France. All right. Bonjour to you as well. My apologies if I slaughtered that. Joe Johnson, greetings. No notification from YouTube. Why am I not surprised? Pop Ape, greetings. Switched. I reckon you would look good with a shaved head. Probably a number 4. I don't know, man. If I start shaved my head and stuff, I'd start putting on like yellow robes and start doing the Hare Krishna type stuff. That'd be fun, you know. What are your thoughts on Windows possibly putting a warning message? People to install Firefox and Chrome. I'm going to be talking about that on the news tomorrow. All right, and I'm glad you made the live stream, David. I'm going to scan through these. What's Elive? Elive is Debian-based distro running Enlightenment. You will get a chance to see it shortly. Completely agree with you about payment. In fact, Q4OS. I usually use K4OS. In fact, very good. Let's see if this is this thing done yet. Congratulations, you have installed it. Good. Oh, come on. No, not that. Oh, Lord. Power off. All right, let's see. It was free when it first started, then it went to a pay method and basically tried to kill itself. Yep. Okay, they were plain normal ISO, so you can install the way you want. The tools of your choice. Well, the thing is, though, is that I did not have a choice to download. In fact, we'll go ahead and have a look at the downloads here when you get it. Tools are made available for non-experienced people to try everything they need. Conquesting says this distro is a disaster. We'll have a look at it, see if it is or not. Tool I use for Rufus on Windows. I find Rufus used is certainly better. It's that I found. Cancel Elive download. Yeah, it's the 7 gig thing that is like, lordy. Haven't even seen it yet. I'm already getting the impression it's bloated. We'll have a look. The ISO seems to be bloated, and that was a criticism I did on the last video, but I had the ability to install or uninstall certain things. There's some things I really liked about the installer. Okay. People enter their email. They can download only the ISO if they need. Yeah, I'm not going to enter my email. Thank you. I'm a security and privacy guy. Last thing I need to do is send some other guy an email. Yeah, no. No. Nope. Okay, use teriyaki sauce in a bottle. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master, you got to make your own homemade teriyaki, man. It's amazing. Eli Desktop is the most unwieldy organization and lack of unified design I've ever seen. Not to even mention the pop-ups. That was one of my issues. 1, torrent, delayed download, entering email, 24 hours. Will you access what you need? 3, donation, access any ISO on the spot. Yep. Those are your options. All right. So now let's go ahead and have a quick look at their website. Of course, that's the thing I was talking about. So there's some things on here that a little bit concerned me. So, of course, they have this cost-free thing here because there was a point in time that you did have to buy this. And I did find it very disingenuous. It has never been commercial. It may not have been commercial, but you still had to pay to download it. And I find that disingenuous. They should have corrected that. Say, yeah, we used to have, maybe it might be down there. Let me read the whole block. Projects have been one founder, generous donations received are the only economic support of the project, and sadly, hardly enough to ensure a meal every day. The real purpose of Elive would have been to make money with it. The system would have been very different, not like making it good for the old computers, where there's not much market at all. Ubuntu spent 14 million years to life developing. It was sacrificed to include the need to move to a cheaper country due to economic reasons and having ended the migration. Ended in a migration to Mexico due to your visa. I'm sorry about that. That's not good. Even if free software encourages to sell software, I've always provided alternative options for those who cannot donate because I've never wanted to restrict anybody to use Elive. And I disagree, because you had to pay to install it. You could use the live key. Now there's no limitation at all. I would have preferred to see a little bit more of a thing. The other thing I find down here is this down here. Look at this. Be safe always. Virus protected. It is impossible that a virus can exist here due to how the security works internally. Viruses are mostly made to sell antivirus, similar to how pharmaceutical companies sell cures, and we do not sell anything. What? A virus can't exist here due to security? Well, we have just solved the plight of the world, people. No. I have deep concerns about this. Things like this. Obviously, it is super fast. We'll have a look at the benchmarks. You can try it. Work for real. Forget the concept of pop-ups. Forget the concept. I think this created the concept of pop-ups. There are so many pop-ups on this thing when you're trying to run it as a live thing. You got at least about 10, I think, at least. Now, they're not talking about pop-ups and that sort. They're, of course, talking about this. Emergent updates, forced reboots that break your software. So, of course, he's focusing the people that are frustrated with Windows, obviously. No spyware. I have no reason to doubt that. All languages. I have no reason to doubt that, especially since I had to uninstall 450 megabytes of language files. Easily extends to multiple screens. I would have to try that. Sizes, font, stunning. It is stunning. This is one of the most beautiful desktops I've ever seen. Absolutely love it. Love the icon pack. They do provide the option of encryption on install, which is nice. And they have a lot of other tools and things. Now, here's kind of the next part of the issue that we've already talked about. Direct download with a donation. So you can select a donation here and direct download it with a donation. You can download it 24 hours later by submitting your email. And I feel a little leery about giving anything on the internet my email. Or I can download it with the torrent. Obviously, this is going to be the best option. However, this is a 7 gigabyte download. That's a little bit crazy. Now, where we get into the good parts of this, minimum system requirements, 192 megabytes of RAM and a 500 megahertz CPU. I dare say that he is definitely going for reviving a low-end computer. If you got an old computer, a low-end computer, you want to get it running, this might be a logical distro to run with, particularly if you like a Mac-like interface. That's one of the personal preference criticisms I would have. So they are, of course, supporting 64-bit, UEFI, updated software, updated drivers. Well, I hope so. It's on a 2-year or like 2 version back Debian. All right, so that is a little bit about Elive itself. Let's go ahead and boot up my virtual machine here, and hopefully I can get this guy to work. And while this is booting, let me just read through a few more comments. All right, so saw the video of Elive desktop is most unwieldy. Okay, I think I've already read some of that. What phone do I use? Don't always know where it is. Huh, I got several missed phone calls. Huh, it's downstairs all the time. So I'm using a Nexus 5X running Lineage 15, which runs Android Oreo. And it is certainly a great phone, completely open source, no Google applications, anything like that. I have videos about how I made that. Of course, I connect a lot of the things to Tor. It's asking me what system. I've already installed the system. It's still asking me what type of stuff I want to run. Okay. Select systems from the disk. Okay, well, let me go ahead and show you what I'm looking at right now. All right, so here's what I am looking at. Select the services that you want to have enabled on your desktop. Elive already has selected the best options for you. Disk notifications related to disks, no. Elive Health, sure. Elive reconfigurations, load new configurations for changes, okay. I don't need an alarm clock. Policy kit, no. Audio volumes, restore correct audio volumes at start, okay. Don't need the SSH or the GPG keys. Touchpad configurations, no. Elive news, no. I fail to see how news on my desktop would be unintrusive. Let's do that just to see how news on the desktop is unintrusive. The startup sound, sure. Support Elive with a donation, no. Certification, no. Secret storage service, no. Select Wi-Fi connect, no. Updates, sure. Enable Wi-Fi, no. Clip manager, yes. All right. Not included public authentication, but it's very important to correct works. I said no. Fine. Go ahead. Whatever you want to do. Sure. You're already doing what I didn't want you to do anyway. Developer, you asked me the things I wanted to have. I deselected what I didn't want. Ah! Yes, I want to disable it. For the love. Yes, believe it or not, I actually disabled the things I did not want. Okay, I'm not sure what it just did. Okay, oh, there it goes. Oh, wait. Select the audio you want to have played during your startup. I thought you were going to give me one. Okay, whatever. I think this is just too classic of a video to not have my camera up here. All right. I thought I selected to have Elive news on here unintrusively. Okay, this is what we're talking about, pop-up hell. If you want to disable the startup sound... No! If I wanted to disable the startup sound, I would have used the click box that you gave me to start. For the love of God. All right. So now we're on the desktop. Absolutely love the icon pack. This is very slick. This is the most Mac-like interpretation that I've seen of anybody attempting to run any type of dock. I think the docks on Elementary and on, what's the other one I looked at the other day that were trying to be Nutrix? Those are ugly. This is good. This is classy. This is beautiful. Now we do have 12, count them, 12 different desktops we can choose from. I don't use any of these. I actually don't use these features. So that's actually going to annoy me if I can't get rid of it. Hopefully I can. Here's, I guess, our clipboard manager. Okay. So we have terminal. We have chat. Okay. So terminal. Okay. All right. Do we have HTOP installed on this guy? We have HTOP installed. Okay. So what we were talking about earlier with the low system resources, this is running 212 megabytes. And that is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing to be running that low megabytes. And so, for sure, it has achieved its goal of running System Resource Lite. Absolutely awesome. All right. We have terminal, we have chat, we have files. So we have the Elive file manager. Not sure what this one is. Thunar. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we have the Thunar file manager. We have a music player, photo manager, image editor. What is this image editor? Okay, dude, VirtualBox thing, can you go away, please? This annoying thing here is my VirtualBox. There it is. GIMP, this is an old version of GIMP, or it's a customized screen. I'm not sure which. All right, let's see. No, I didn't do that. I went to use about. F11. I have lost all my control windows. I guess all I can do is close it. Maybe I can do Alt. Can I do an Alt and drag it? No. Jesus. Okay, let's load that back up again. Okay. It's full screening like a Mac full screens. That is so stupid annoying because I can't actually. Okay, how in the world do I unminimize this crap? Fine, quit. How do I unminimize something? It maximizes like a Mac does. On a Mac, I can hit escape and get out of it. Okay, so this one here, okay, so this is the minimize, which actually minimizes to the top window up here. Okay, so this one minimizes. The second one in does this maximize, toggle maximize or not. This blue one does this that I have no idea how to get out of. Let me try Control F, Alt Control. No, okay. I have no idea how to get out of this maximize window. No clue. So don't hit that one, note to self. I'm still trying to figure out what version of GIMP this is. So these are those little things that are annoying as all get out. How do I get out of the, I mean, maybe it's in the documentation. It might be on the hotkey thing that popped up. But if it's not intuitive, do not ever build a distro assuming your end user is going to read your documentation. Okay? Literally. That sounds weird. That sounds funny. That sounds, huh? But it's a reality. All right? All right. So let's go ahead and look at my about. GIMP 2.8.2. Pretty old version of GIMP. Okay, color picker, here's LibreOffice. This is old as Molasses itself. Actually, Molasses isn't necessarily old. I just bought a jar not too long ago. So we're running 4. What in the world is it doing? Apparently, LibreOffice is dancing. Okay, well, we're running 4.3.3.2 disco version, apparently. Oh, yeah, my apologies if you have epilepsy, because holy crap. Okay, we have VirtualBox installed out of the box. Why? Makes no sense. Application installer. All right. Oh, more pop-ups. All right. So this is just semantic. All right, so nothing groundbreaking or out of the ordinary there. Search for files. All right, so of course with Enlightenment, this is the left click, which is very unintuitive. This is the only way you have to shut down the system. You also have your applications menu over here. We have alarm clock. Let's see, internet. We have Chromium. I allowed it to install Chromium and Firefox. This is what I liked about the installer, is it gave us the option which web browsers do we want, which software do we want. So I could literally, if I wanted a minimal, I just go ahead and de-install everything, and then it's going to get me just the basic systems. In this case, I said, well, don't give me Google Chrome, which was an option. Give me Chromium and Firefox instead. And there were actually like 4 or 5 different browsers to choose from. I'm not into nicotine because I just don't like addictive stuff, so I'll probably get rid of that and install something better. We do have Audacity, Music Brands, Rhythmbox, Spotify, Sound Juicer. So it is very bloated. And understand, I got rid of a lot of things as well. I might have to experiment with raw therapy sometime, see if I can get anything that's working, since I do have a professional camera these days. Okay, we have a calendar. We have LibreCAD installed. Look, who needs LibreCAD installed, really? We have Scribus. I did tell it to not install. Woohoo! Super Mario War. Let's have a look at that. Do 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 do. Copy, copy, copyright strike. Do 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 do. Come on, are you playing? Maybe I might not have clicked it. There it is. April Fool's Edition, huh? Okay, we're gonna close that. All right, I did tell it not to install any games, but apparently that's just like, I don't know, MS-DOS games. I did tell it to uninstall everything. We have Calibri on there, web applications, Khan Academy, TED videos, Vsauce, YouTube educational channel, curated science knowledge. That's actually not too bad. Okay, IDE meld, administration. Various configurations. You were able to do on the setup as well, whether you wanted printer access, SSH, SMB, all those types of things. Now on the desktop, if you right click, you get this menu here, which is, you can of course search for applications, I'm guessing. And then, I guess it's a pretty hard double click, but you can double click in to see this. So much nicer graphical menu than just than this menu here. But for those that want to use it, of course, this is Enlightenment. So let's see. There's themes. Let's see if I can get into the settings panel and what I can do with this. Okay. I'd maximize it, but I'd be afraid I don't know how to close it. Okay, all right. So we have our wallpapers. We have a variety of different wallpapers installed. So depending on what you're looking for, you can do a variety of different things here. That one looks cool. Let's apply that one, please. So that's a pretty cool wallpaper. I like that. That's a neat looking wallpaper. All right. Okay, we have applications themes, so we have a few different options. Not really seeing. Okay, well that's GTK, I guess. So I don't know. Here's the icon packs. Of course, I really like the Elive ones, so those are nice. Elementary icon packs. Is that Elementary OS? Anybody know? Let me know. But yeah, I really like the Elive ones, so those are the ones that I would use. Here's their basic theme, base theme. You can do backgrounds. No! I accidentally hit that button. All right. Colors, fonts, themes. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I want to see if I can make adjustments to the panel. No, not that. I want to see if I can make adjustments to the panel. So I can configure the bar, applications, edit icon set, configure the bar. Okay, so these are the configuration settings available for the bar. Okay, Synaptic, go away. See, all these pop-up things, this is what somebody was talking about. It's kind of cool at first, but they become distracting. Especially when something leaves field. There's just so much going on. And here I'm trying to select this so I can move it wider, but I don't think I can. So here I can change my icon size if you want larger or smaller icons. Those are really small. You can change that. We can change our opacity. Apparently there's... Maybe I have to show an icon box first. Okay, so there's an icon block. I don't like that. I like it just like it was. Very nice. Of course, I can do the various edges. Or zoom. We have a launcher. We have a taskbar. So in theory, since it is possible in Elive to have your systems, your task set systems there, it'd be possible to do this. I'm not going to walk through all of the configurations on Enlightenment. I've actually done this before. But anyway, this is Elive. This is what it looks like. So let's go ahead and jump over to the comments. Actually, let me just go ahead and do a quick wrap up on this, and then we'll jump over to the comments, and we'll just leave this open for anybody else that wants to see more. So if you're watching this later, this will kind of be the sort of wrap up here. Elive, who is this for? I don't know. I'm not sure who it's for. Just based on some of the information on the website, I'm not completely sure I can recommend it. I don't like it when they sit there and say viruses can't live here, because that's blatantly false. Completely blatantly false. I don't like that it seems a little disingenuous to me that it talks about cost-free. It's contrary to popular belief. No, it used to cost money to install this. Whether you call that commercial or not is a different matter, but you used to have to pay to install this. Hands down. And so I didn't like that. Seemed very disingenuous. With that, I'm not sure. And then taken together with that, with the fact that the package base is so old, I don't have any confidence that this even has security updates. I don't know. I mean, is LibreOffice version 4 still being updated for security? I don't know. I don't follow the development of it that closely. But those are the things that make me curious. It's the package base is too old. The selling points, absolutely, it is very, very lightweight. It accomplished its goal of excessively lightweight. It is amazingly beautiful. One of the most beautiful and well set up desktops. I don't find it user-friendly like they say it is, but because I've used Enlightenment before, I know my way around the Enlightenment desktop, but it is a radically different desktop experience than most people are going to have. So keep that in mind. If you are trying to revive an old PC, I'd probably go with something like Peppermint, MX Linux, Linux Lite, or maybe a Linux Mint XFCE, because those are all going to be lightweight but up to date. There are reasons to use this. I'm just having a hard time coming to grips with all of them. Definitely check it out. I don't like the fact that you either have to pay or get an email to get just the ISO. The torrent is huge. I don't have any limitations on my internet because I happen to be in Comcast's evil corporation's home state, and you better believe they're not going to cap our internet at this point in time. So I'm not all that concerned, but there was a lot of people with capped internet, and downloading 7 gigabytes, which contains 2 separate image files for one distro that has too much stuff in it already, that's a little bit too much to ask. And then saying, hey, use our tools instead of the available tools. These are all things that are going to steer people away from it. So it sounds negative and critical, but it's a note to the developer that I like what you're doing. I really like the methodology. I love your choice of icon packs. Your setup is great. It is definitely low weight. There's just too many things that is scaring the community away from this. And that's something you got to keep in mind. So those are kind of my thoughts on Elive. What do you guys think about it? All right, let's see. Deepin versus Manjaro Deepin. Which do you prefer? I don't know. I think I wanted to. I've had that question asked so many times. I think I might actually do a comparative review before in fact, I might even throw Manjaro Deepin on this media PC just to see which one seems to work better. I don't know yet. I don't have an opinion because I've looked at both of them. I've done maybe about a year or so ago a comparative between those two, but I don't recall anything about it. I don't think this is. I don't think this is any kind of scam. Just an extremely badly thought out distribution. Yes, correct. I'm not saying it's a scam at all. Not at all. There's some problems saying on your website, this thing can't get viruses. What are you doing? Inviting Anonymous into your back door? I mean, come on. Okay, I'm not sure you can lie about, unless it's those people say that it doesn't break after an update or something. Okay. Haven't played around with the Antergos enough to have a proper feel for it, but I have tried Manjaro. I do think it's quite nice. I'm not a fan of Antergos. I like Manjaro. Manjaro is on one of my top favorite distributions. I should run it more. I really should. Dang, never used it, so I can't comment. Okay. Heard using Raspberry to make your own phone. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but it's buggy and difficult and clunky. Okay. Glad you're doing this, Tom. I refuse to the email 24-hour thing later. If it's a killer distro, I might bite the bullet. Software's just too old. Software's too old for me to recommend it. Buried a donation nag in the middle of the service installer. Yes, they did bury a donation nag in the middle of the installer. Looks worse than elementary. I think elementary is probably a more polished distro, but I like the theming on this way better. If elementary did this theme, I might turn my tone around it. I don't know. Maybe elementary should just go with enlightenment. That'd be fun. This distro come with an unhealthy dose of Xanax? Maybe. I don't know. Alt Escape. Type the first one or two letter of the app you need to quickly access it. Okay. No, not over there. Over here. I about put a user in timeout doing that. Okay. So Alt Escape pulls up the right-click menu is what Alt Escape is going to do. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. All right. 2011 version of Thunar. Oh, is it 2011? I didn't notice what year it was. Open up, Thunar! Open up! Alright, I'm curious now. Let's see what version of Thunar is current. Oh, by the way, the Firefox version... Let me jump back on over there. I got this calendar thing in my way. You just die. Thank you. All right, here is, by the way, the Firefox version, 52. All right, Thunar File Manager, current version. So stable release right now is 1.8.1. This is 1.2.3. So yeah, that's pretty old. Greetings, Sidavas. Sidavas. Try FreeDOS next time. Open gparted and reformat. That's a real old LibreOffice. Yes. Left click on the desktop brings up context menu. Yes, that is a function of enlightenment. It's actually, if you've used enlightenment for a while, you get used to it. It's actually really efficient. It's just not intuitive. Hey, enlightenment on Bodhi OS. was fast, but most keys drove me mad. Well, they say it's based on Wheezy, so I don't know. Oh, you know what? There's another fun thing. Linux kernel 3.16. Why is the app launcher dark theme while everything else is light themed? I don't know. Like these reviews, because harsh but honest and really well made, I think. Well, thank you. And that's the thing. I don't like blowing smoke up anyone's rear end. I'm not a guy that's like, ooh, I'm going to give you a fluttery review. No, I'm going to tell you what I really think. And it's my opinion. Just an FYI, is my opinion. You may not agree with my opinion. I might be wrong on some things, but I don't know. 14 years, he'll never get back. Okay, I'll give them this. It's not the same as any other Debian Ubuntu distro. That's the thing. It is definitely sticks out. Respect how light it is on resources. Yep. Elive is Windows 10 based on how it operates as malware. Dude, I don't see what the malware is. Out of date maybe, but I don't see the malware. Okay, fast, light, customizable for experienced users. We get addicted to it once we know what to do. And I agree. That was my experience on when I ran Enlightenment on OpenSUSE once. Eli's developers have it backwards. They should pay people to install. Okay, let's see. They're using the Debian repos. I think Jesse is still old stable, so they should be getting security updates. Okay, we did have the give the email the day of the launch, but we got the many downloads. 7,000 people downloaded in hours. We had to change download method. The first few hours anyone could download without entering anything, simply downloaded near the ISO. Okay, so that's why it happened. Yep. Fan from India. What are our thoughts on India? Never been there. What up, Mark? How's it going there? File manager, Thunar, it's doing the job. Yep. I don't have any objections with Thunar. .316 is Debian Jesse. Yep, it is running 316. It is Firefox ESR. No, they're not on a paid model anymore. You have to donate to download the ISO directly now. You can torrent a 7 GB file. You can give them an email for a direct download of the ISO 24 hours later. Yeah, I think I'm running like 4. I don't know what I'm running. I'm running 4 something. Give me the why to make Ubuntu desktop, please. I'm not, I mean, I personally don't use Ubuntu anymore. I was using it for my backup computer, but I just had too many issues with it, so I haven't switched to Linux Mint Mate for my backup computer. But I'm not a fan of Ubuntu since they went with GNOME. I'm not sure what you're asking specifically. Give me the why to use the Ubuntu desktop. I mean, the advantage of it, I guess, is it is a very modern. It's a modern desktop. It has a lot of selling points, so it's just not my cup of tea or my cup of coffee, whichever. Business model: pay for the direct link, get a little help, or downloading it. Yep. Freeloaders can wait. Then that's, and I mean I agree. I think where you hurt yourself in the Linux community is so many other options. If you say, hey, you can download any of these other 500 distros right now, or you can pay and download this one tomorrow, most people are like, I'll get another one. The way to make, okay, like how do you make it your desktop? I'm still not sure exactly what you're asking, Global Zone. Like, how do you install it? Is that what you wanted to use? Like how to install it, or how to use it? Use Ubuntu 18.04.1. All right, do I have an Ubuntu on here? I do not have an Ubuntu on here. Let me see if I have an Ubuntu. I should have an Ubuntu disk image. I generally keep one around. Yes. I do have an Ubuntu disk image. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to boot this machine up in Ubuntu for our questions about Ubuntu. Okay. All right. Don't mind paying, but there are things you did in the past felt shady and misleading. Yeah, and I'm a little concerned with some of that. For me, I don't want to wait, but I'm fine with getting it through. And this is the thing, you know, once it's your daily driver, you should be helping support and pay for the project. I agree with that completely. The server was strained. They should emphasize the torrent option. I mean, I understand the email option, though. I do. I mean, I get it. Okay, so for the questions about Ubuntu, because I'm still not 100% sure what you're asking. So what I did here is I booted up Ubuntu in a desktop or in a virtual machine, and we can install it over here, or we can just hit the try button. And so the try button, just do a quick look at the Ubuntu 18. This is 18.04.1. Let's have a quick look at the desktop here. All right, so here is your basic Ubuntu desktop. So we use I forget the name of the menu where you include all the menu stuff up front. But here is where you connect your internet connections. We have our power options as well. We have our logout options. It says I'm not on the internet, but I should be. Should be on the internet just fine. Yeah, I'm on the internet. All right. Close tabs. So, of course, we have our, down at the bottom left, this is our application menu, where we have a variety of applications. You can search it by frequently or by all applications down at the bottom. And there is, let's go ahead and have a look at the settings. Of course, you can type something in and search for something. Inside of your settings, there's no Wi-Fi or Bluetooth adapter on this computer. Here's your backgrounds. You can pick which backgrounds you want to use. That's cool. Okay, so there's a background there. Here's the dock. You can auto hide the dock, in which case it's going to hide if you get near it. I don't generally like to do that. You can adjust the icons, make them larger, make them smaller, and then you can position it to the left, to the right, or the bottom. So depending on where you want it, you can put it wherever you like. Notifications, you can choose which things give you notifications, or if you want, can turn them all off. Search functions can choose to search files, calendars, passwords, etc. Languages, regions, online accounts, so you can connect any of your online accounts, Google, Facebook, Microsoft. I use Nextcloud personally. For privacy, whether you want to turn things on or off, this is connectivity checking. This basically pings Ubuntu servers. We're not going to send anything. Location services off. You can turn those on if you like location services. Sharing, you can turn on or turn off sharing, things like that. So this is basically Ubuntu. Of course, you just download the ISO from the Ubuntu's website. Don't grab it any other place. And then just run the installer, and that'll put it on your disk. So I hope that answered the question. We use Ubuntu. I use Shortlinks. Dun-dun, dun-dun. See, that should be the intro to Shortlinks. Dun-dun, 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 dun. Okay, install through terminal. Got Ubuntu website community. Give you terminal commands if that's what you're asking. Agreed, donated 20 euros to Ubuntu since they've been using it for over a year. Yep. Shark is gaining traction, and that's great. Gonna try it and get it on Parrot sometime. I looked at Shark a while ago. I should look at it again. Sister lives in South Carolina. If you believe in the power of prayer, please pray for them. Her husband's name is Bob. All right, we will do that, Stephen Anderson. And if you're on the live stream for the Christian show tonight, remind us and we can pray over there for them as well. Prayers in the mind. I did see that it was degraded to a category 2 today, this morning. I'm not sure if that's changed or not, but yeah, so there's going to be a mess on the coast of the United States tomorrow. I will probably get a lot of rain, but I won't get much else, I don't think. To install Ubuntu desktop, such a lag. I'm sorry. Yeah. Android free. Greetings, Android. How are you? Or yep, I am Android free while I'm running something else, but you know, Lineage. Alright, always hated gone for the app drawer taking up my entire screen. It's super annoying. I prefer categorized alphabetic view. Yep. Just in case you can't pay, you can also help out filing out bug reports, providing support, contributing code, design transitions, tutorials, etc. Money's really good, but there are other options. Yeah, and that's the thing is that the money would otherwise go to pay for other people to do some of those things. So if you can contribute things, that's a good thing to do anyway. Like how everything is spread out. It needs to be pulled together. PSA, a political commentator I follow, rightly pointed out the hurricane is not the only worry. Take into account the flood. Yes. It will be causing a lot of flood, a lot of damage, a lot of all those kinds of things. So be aware of that. All right. Well, we are going to probably call for the last few calls, comments, things. I'm gonna beckon the presence of a kitty by squeezing a bag of kitty treats. And then we'll have a kitty come up, most likely, unless he's downstairs. You didn't hear that, but kitty, 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 kitty. We will be doing a live stream on the Christian channel tonight. I'm going to keep that at 9 o'clock. I should be able to pull that off. I will be doing another live on the Linux channel. Mostly just talking about web domain scams and things. So we'll talk about that kind of stuff. And I just don't know exactly what time that is. It's not going to be the normal 6 o'clock Thursday time. So anyway, we will do a final call for comments. I don't see a kid. Oh, here he is. Hi. You showed up just in time for the end of the show, buddy. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yeah. All right, buddy. You ready for some kitty treats? Are you ready for the best part of the show? Are you ready for the best part of the show? The best part of the show. Feed the kitty. Feed the kitty. All right, buddy. You know what you gotta do? You gotta get your paw in there and grab one. You're not allowed to steal. Hey, you stole it without putting your paw in there. Put your paw in there. Come on. There you go. Yes. And one more right here. Right here, buddy. Aw. Yeah, it's a good kitty, huh? Are they finger licking good? Are they they're finger licking good. Bye-bye, peoples. Sub if you want. All right. Hey, buddy. Yeah. So those good kitty treats? Those are good kitty treats, but you're ready to go, huh? I'm gonna go lay back down again, huh? French the kitty. Alrighty. Joe Collins said the Hurricane Hyperwatch is fake news. Uh-oh. All right. Love Mate for one main reason, because its advanced menu is so logical and provides an ease of control. There you go. Can't touch this kitty. GMT. Oh, 9 o'clock Eastern time for the Christian channel. That's at Our Walking Christ. And the Linux one tonight, I don't know. I have plans in the evening. It just depends on when I need to get around to it. So we're moving to Mint Cindy later today also. Very good. Show Tom, quick question. If the chats were Linux distros, what would they be? If the chats were Linux distros? Oh, cats were Linux distros. What would they be? Well, I mean, I know CJ runs Puppy Linux. I don't know. I think that TJ's definitely Shark Linux. Yep. Definitely, well, Puppy Linux for CJ and Shark Linux for TJ. Yep, that's it. All right, guys, thanks for coming along. We had 64 peak. We have 45 now at the close of the show. And we will check back in later on today, and have yourselves a wonderful afternoon, and get some work done, people. I know I'm going to attempt to work. So we will catch you guys later.